Hi guys, it's Martin here. We may have heard today that we've had another explosive start to the year. Now joining me today once again is David Paulden. How are you, David?
Yes, very well, Martin, and fantastic after hearing the news as well.
It is. Now this guy, Qassem Soleimani, I'm really sorry if I haven't pronounced that right. It sounds like I don't know, a pepperami or something you might eat, but um, tell me what you know about this guy who was vaporized today.
Okay, so he was the general of the Iran Revolutionary Defense Force. Apparently, he's been a mastermind behind
Mm,
hundreds of thousands of deaths and tortures and forced imprisonments.
mm.
And he's been spreading the Islamist ideas of the Islamist revolution of 1979 in Iran
Wow.
across the Middle East.
Wow. And now this attacks caused quite a lot of controversy. It was a drone strike, I believe, outside Baghdadi airport, sanctioned by Donald Trump. And basically, the left once again have come out complaining about it. What do you make of that, David?
Well, yeah, it's quite sickening, isn't it, to see that they're coming out and I think anything Donald Trump does, they're going to criticise
Mm,
anything. I mean, he cured cancer, he
mm.
cured AIDS, and
Yeah.
they would still criticise him. The fact of the matter is, Iranian militant group attacked the U.S. embassy in Baghdad 3 days ago,
Mm,
and they sprayed the place up, graffitied it up, and they were chanting "Death to America,"
mm,
and this guy has been a huge problem, as I've just stated. Donald Trump sanctioned an airstrike, taking him out in his motorcade
mm,
as they left the airport. But not only him, another Islamist from Iraq was taken out, and
mm.
the leader of Hezbollah from Lebanon. So
Interesting.
three birds with one stone, bish bash bosh, job done, bang.
It was, and this guy, he killed or badly wounded thousands of America over a long, very long period of time, and he was plotting to kill many more. But he got caught this time, and if you play with the ball, you get the horns. But you touched on again that the leader of Hezbollah of Lebanon was there, and who do we know was very upset by this? JC, not Jesus Christ, Jeremy Corbyn denounced the attack. He condemned the assassination, which is absolutely horrifying. This man could have had the keys to number 10 very recently. If he was prime minister, he'd be sending the troops out to help Iran, probably. He's a danger to our country and security. But I think it wasn't just him though. It was some of these other Labour leader contenders coming out, like Keir Starmer, Emily Thornberry. It just goes to show that the direction that the Labour are taking, and we know the real reason why Corbyn's annoyed is because it's another name he's got crossed off his invite to tea list. So it's very typical of the left to be complaining of such a dangerous person. And we've also heard, as you mentioned, Trump's had a lot of flack for it in America. A lot of the US Congress people are heartbroken to hear the death of this guy. But, they need to be reminded that this was the main figure behind the killing of the ambassador Christopher Stevens in Benghazi. So they should be celebrating too. But once again, it's always Orange Man bad. And like you said, it doesn't matter what he does, it's always going to be bad. So let's see what happens over the next few weeks and see if this escalates further. What do you think may be a possible outcome?
Well, apparently Iran scrambled a few F-14 fighter jets to the air. Um, if it does escalate, it is a scary position to be in. With Iran, with Russia and China,
Mm,
and the possibilities of a third world war that we're seeing now, the left are now screaming about. But I think Iran aren't stupid, and they know they'll get annihilated.
mm.
So hopefully, we'll bring them back down to earth, and people can wipe their mouths and move forward.
Fingers crossed. And once again, though, we see the Middle East just completely unstable. And it all stems back to when Bush and Tony Blair went out there throwing rocks at a beehive at Iraq. I mean, yes, Saddam was a bad man, but he kept the lid on things out there and he had control over the region. And now we're just reaping the consequences of all this hassle that we've seen. So it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out over the next week. And of course, we'll be here to keep you also updated with any developments. Now, just before we come on air, we heard about another terrorist attack in France. Do you know anything about that, David?
Well, I do know that we need to be politically correct now, Martin. We can't refer to them as terrorist attacks anymore.
Oh, no, sorry.
The BBC refers to them as incidents. We're not allowed to call them Islamic terrorists anymore. We call them mentally ill lone wolves. So it was an incident involving a mentally ill lone wolf. So far, all we know is possible number is between 4 and 6 people have been stabbed in Paris by a chap wearing a suicide vest. So no guesses to what it was all about. But again, let's be politically correct and say it was an incident involving a mentally ill lone wolf.
Yeah, wow. And our thoughts are certainly with any of the victims and their families. Well, thank you very much for joining me, David. And thanks you guys for watching. And we will be with you with a new video soon. Take care.
You're welcome. Take care, mate.